Mondi joining me here from Manchester United Agenda. Thanks so much for your time today, Mondi. Bit of a slow start in the first half today. It was quite the opposite to last week's game against Aston Villa, but we found our feet in the second half.
Yeah, totally. And it's the Man United Agenda. Make sure you tune in, guys. Yeah, bit of a slow start. I think we assessed the first half. We were saying we were struggling to break them down. We didn't have any shots on target, which was a major issue. And I'm thinking to myself, how are we going to score our goals? You know, where are they going to come from? We had one shot from Dalot, which was just outside the box. Apart from that, I thought you could see that we were trying to probe, and because they play a 3-5-2, and what I want to see is to press their wing backs right back to make a back five, and that means having control of the ball in the opposition half. And I don't think we had that in the first half. So players like Fred and McTominay were really disappointing me because they weren't really picking up the ball and progressing the ball too well. Really struggling to get out of their feet and hit 2-3 passes together. It was Bruno coming too deep to pick up the ball, and I want him in areas where he's going to be dangerous, as we saw in the second half, for example. So first half wasn't too great, but I was really happy with the performance in a way because our shape was kind of good, even though we did get caught out a bit. I'm still concerned about Fred getting ahead of the play a lot of the time, and that's why he's always chasing back. I want to see him just sit a little bit more. It's all right going forward and then getting the odd assist, and then people rave about him, but I just want to see a bit more security in our system. So obviously they had set pieces like the throw-in as their set piece, a couple of corners. There was an incident in the first half, in the first 10 minutes they had about 3 corners in a row, which are really drilled set pieces, which we really had difficulty dealing with. And De Gea, I mean, everyone's going to say he had a good game, but I think he's supposed to save them shots, so I'm not going to be raving about De Gea too much, but obviously he's in the right position at the right time. So yeah, I'm quite happy with the first half.
Yeah. And you've been quite open as well about midfield and McTominay and Fred. I mean, McTominay did have quite a strong game tonight.
Yeah, he did. I mean, he turned it around. This is what you want to see. This is what he's saying. Who was it? Ronaldo talking about character and that kind of thing. In the first half, I thought he was struggling, like as I just said, about with the ball, getting out his feet, going sort of closing the distance rather than playing left foot, right foot passes quite easily. In the second half, obviously he had a bit more drive. He was intercepting the ball. Obviously, I think it was sort of third goal for Rashford. He intercepted the ball, popped it to Bruno in the right area this time, and Bruno played a slide rule pass in for Rashford, who from the right hand side slotted it in. So really happy for Rashford, by the way. I mean, Rashford's been getting a lot of stick, so it's good to see him score a goal. It's about time as well, because I don't know what's going on with Rashford. I don't know what's going on in the club, but that is something that's refreshing. I'm sure all the fans, as you saw them coming out here, they were actually singing his name, and it's good to see. So big up Rashford for scoring that goal.
And I think as well with Rangnick at the moment, obviously since he's come in, we've had some fairly easy fixtures or easier fixtures. There's no obviously easy game in the Premier League, but easier. We're going to go on and have tougher fixtures in February and March time. What do we need to do? Do you think he's just assessing everyone at the moment? He's giving some of the younger players a bit of a chance as well?
Well, I think, yeah, that's the thing about Rangnick. He's come in and he's from his own words, he's about developing players. I think people say to me, oh, well, what has he won? What has he won? And I say, well, look at all the development he's done with players. That's a great thing, especially for a club like ours that have loads of talent in the youth and coming through. So they should be blessed right now to see we've got a manager here who will give us the opportunity. For example, Elanga today, he's come in, he played the other day, done really well, kept his place. And that's refreshing for players as well, the young players, to see that if you play well, you can keep your place. Tellez as well, he kept his place. Maybe Shaw wasn't playing, we don't know why, but he's kept his place because of his performance. So with Rangnick, he's come in. I think with the games coming up in February and March, we got, like, if you look at the fixture list, it's really scary. I think the Atletico Madrid Champions League game, that's going to be difficult, very tactical. So what I want to see is just a bit more control. I like the 1-0 results that we've been getting. It suggests that we're sort of managing the game. Didn't keep a clean sheet today, but I was happy with the control in the second half especially, and I think going forward that's what we need to do. The way we score goals, I think what he's trying to do is use the wing backs, the full backs. That's why we changed them. Wan-Bissaka's not in the side, for example. We've got Dalot in, who's a really attacking, raiding full back, and we score our goals quite easily. The goals we scored today were just 2-3 passes, breaking the line and getting in. Especially, I mean, Fred, I have to give him credit for the first goal with Elanga. Elanga broke the defence, made a good run in between the defenders, because in the first half they were like clearing everything. 6'5" giants out there. So Fred made a diagonal ball. Elanga read it, great first touch, brought it down, and 2 headers, 2 goals. His first goal was a header as well, so he scored again with a header. I'm really pleased with that young man, you know. But I just want to see more patterns of play where we're scoring our goals, maybe crossing the ball across the 6-yard box. We were crossing the ball like Tellez, and especially Tellez got a wand of a left foot. He was crossing the ball too deep, in my opinion. I want him to get overlap and get into the 6-yard box and cross the ball across the 6-yard box, not give high balls to the defenders, that sort of thing. So I'm happy. We've just got to take baby steps towards our goal, which is to get to the top 4 now and maybe progress in the Champions League. And obviously the performances a bit rusty at the moment, but I think we're seeing slight improvements. Who expected us to win today? I mean, people were waiting for us with knives out, sharpening their knives to give us a killing if we lost, you know. So we've won today. We have to be happy for that, and we have to really be happy about the performance. The other day against Aston Villa, Ralph, he said in the first 70 minutes he was happy with the performance, and people said, but we slipped off or whatever, but he said he was happy with the performance, and so he's seen progression, and you've got to stick with him. And today that's another progression from Aston Villa, so really happy about that.
Yeah. I mean, since he's come in, it's not like we've, in terms of results, had a bad run per se. It's been more, I think, sloppy mistakes on the pitch that people have been irritated about, and just generally just a lack of motivation, which obviously Luke Shaw kind of mentioned after the Wolves game, didn't he? Yeah,
that's for sure. But when we're measuring the measuring stick is look at the mistakes we made under Ole just before the Liverpool game, the Man City game, the Wolves game, and all these games prior to that, we were making a lot of errors, and we didn't have much shape, and we were all over the place. I'm seeing a progression now with the shape. We're not getting caught out. I like the 2 centre backs. They're quick, they're strong. I was a bit concerned today. I thought Harry Maguire should have played up against Tony, but the 2 centre backs done really well against him. You know, I did see one where Lindelof was all over him, didn't need to foul, but Tony's a handful for anybody. So yeah, I'm happy with the way we're progressing, and let's move forward to the next game.